Unscripted, unshackled, uncouth.
What you're about to hear is for more mature audiences only.
It's Miguel and Holly, Uncensored.
Sorry, we're 8 minutes late because the conversation we were supposed to have was happening off the air.
Yeah.
So here we are, Miguel and Holly, Uncensored. It is our off-air podcast that we do 3 times a week, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. But we will not have a podcast on Friday because we're going to be in Dallas for Morning Show Boot Camp, which we're about to get into. But make sure to please leave us a rating and a review on Apple Podcasts. We are on our way to 500 podcasts and reviews. And once we get there, we're going to give away $50.
Yeah.
Real quick, here are some of the most recent reviews we've gotten from the Platypus Posse. Tap Fiend is their username. A refreshing perspective of Hat's real life. I don't know what that means.
That's like, is it Mr. T?
Maybe there's a T of that's real life. Maybe that's what it, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm happy to know that one of my favorite local stations has Miguel and Holly and producer Kelvin. I was not sure of the change at first, but after taking some time to listen, I appreciate the humor, the realness, and sincerity. They are my radio family, and I'm proud to call myself a member of the Platypus Posse. There's no better way to drive into work or listen to the podcast throughout the day. Y'all are appreciated. Keep up the great work, bringing yourselves, news, and whatever other content. As I'm a creature of habit, you have a listener for life.
Yay.
That's the sweetest.
That is, and that sounds like a Charlotte Platypus Posse member, and that's
Absolutely.
we obviously love everybody, but right now, as we are in the fight for our lives for the on-air portion of our show in the ratings, with introducing ourselves to Charlotte still, every little morsel we can get feels like a huge win. So thank you very much. We appreciate that.
Yeah.
And then another one we got from tan_ale. Subject line: best podcast to listen to. I listened to Miguel and Holly when they were in Tampa and was so sad when they left, but I love the podcast. I love the addition of Kelvin. Think the three of them flow well together. I love that I can listen to them 3 times a week and find that I'm in my car by myself in full-on laughter often, and people probably think I've lost my mind. I love that there are a million topics that they cover. You never know what you're going to get when you turn them on, and it's just simply an entertaining podcast to listen to.
It's a mixed bag.
Absolutely.
That's what I always said, that like Miguel and Holly Uncensored will never be one of those like, here's the most listened to podcast in America. This will always be a very niche podcast because it's all just about what's on our minds this day and time. And so it's a great snapshot of where we are in this moment.
It's just us. And unless you like hang with us in the morning, there's really no reason that you would ever stumble upon this.
Right. Well, wait. Hold on. There is a member. I just wrote her out for some stickers. Shannon Epps. She lives in San Francisco.
Okay.
And she just discovered the podcast and she sent me a message about it. And I guess because she's a FedEx driver.
Okay.
And somehow I guess she was looking for podcasts and we came up on a suggested thing. And she just started listening from San Francisco.
That's amazing.
That's awesome.
I don't even know. Like, that is a meant to be type of situation because I just can't imagine. You know what I mean?
Right. Like just stumbling upon this.
Trying it.
Right.
Then and then whatever in the hell we were talking about that day, sticking with it. Like
It's
kudos.
It's hard for me to understand. Well, granted, we listen to each other talk for 4 hours, right?
Yeah.
So like just consider that. But it's surprising to me that people just listen to it, stick on after 2 minutes, because we have 40-minute podcasts.
Yeah.
And they just continue listening. So that's just really cool. I'm still learning to find my true podcast. Aside from this one.
You mean one that you listen to?
Yes, listen when I'm driving. My commutes are 5 minutes. So it's hard for me to really be I want to listen to one.
You should really listen to.
Give me all the recommendations.
Yeah,
Jeez.
I will give you the one, the 2 pop culture ones I love. One is led by a black gay guy, Sam Sanders, who I'd actually love to have him on the podcast because I like disagree with like half the stuff he says, but like in a fun way about pop culture stuff.
Mhm.
And like when I'm listening to him, I'm always like, girl, shut the fuck up.
Mhm.
What are you talking about? Like I would just love to kiki with
like
him.
it? Like you just
But
like
it's
to
not-
argue with a podcast person?
Well,
in your
not because we
car?
have like different views on like he was just talking about all the Lizzo stuff.
Yeah.
And him and his other two people, because he has guests on every week. And
Mhm.
one of them was like, well, you know, I've never really liked Lizzo anyway. And I was like, where's my microphone? Bring me on, coach. Let me talk to these people. But it's like fun. Like it's
Yeah,
different
I
than
get
like,
it.
you know.
I tried getting into las culturistas. Culturistas. I don't know. And Spanish was my first language. Las culturitas. And I'm thinking, okay, cool. It's a Hispanic gay podcast, and it isn't. The hosts are not Hispanic, but it's fine. It's an actor that I really like. And you know, one I just randomly clicked on one, and there's already this chemistry that the two hosts have that I really didn't understand because I didn't understand the inside jokes. And so I feel like we're not like that, but also it's different being on the host side compared to listening to us. So I don't know. I feel like we are a pretty welcoming podcast. If you don't know who we are, you kind of get to know us immediately within the first 5 minutes.
Well, I
if
think
anything.
that's because
So.
that we use our radio skills in a podcast where like on radio, we always assume that even every break, if it's 9:15 in the morning and we're, you know, done with the show pretty much, and we still refer to something that you as what we'd call a P1, a primary listener knows,
Mhm.
we're still going to reset it so we catch you up. And so we do that on the podcast as well. So like I would never just be like, well, you know, Abe and I were at the movies last night. We're
Right.
always saying my husband Abe and I, or
Mhm.
Holly and I have worked together for 15 years. Kelvin just joined the show a year ago from Miami, you know. So I feel like we do a good job even in the podcast form of catching you up.
Yeah.
Resetting.
But the podcast is called Into It with Sam Sanders.
Okay.
He covers pop culture stuff every 2 times a week, and they're like quick, usually like 20 to 30-minute podcast.
Mhm.
And then the other one is called It's Been a Minute. And that's with Brittany Luce, I believe is the host name.
What's that about?
It's pop culture.
Oh.
So like sometimes in the same week, if it's a big story, they'll cover the same thing, but it's two sort of different perspective. Because Brittany, it's like an NPR podcast, but pop culture, but they still go there and they give you usually a little history about something so you understand the context of the pop culture story.
Mhm.
And then Sam Sanders, it's with Vulture Vulture website, and so they sort of just kiki about it. And so it's like getting perspectives on the same thing, but like with two different viewpoints. So those are my 2 pop culture podcasts I like to listen to.
Work. I'll try them out.
So we won't be here on Friday because of morning show boot camp.
Mhm.
Yes.
So we need to talk about when we're all getting to the airport, who's packing the most, what are you wearing, and we're going to Dallas, which the temperature is hell.
It is. It's the surface
Literally.
of the sun.
It's like 108 or 110 degrees supposed to be
But
today,
is it
tomorrow.
as humid as Florida is? Because it's like I'm dealing with
Mm.
heat right now, right? Like
Mhm.
it's hot. Like it has been heat advisory day after day after day.
Mhm.
So, but in my mind, I'm like, oh my God, Dallas is hotter than this.
Mm.
I'm like, I might as well just pack a swimsuit. Like, what the hell are we gonna even wear? But then I'm like, maybe it's not as humid in Dallas as it is in Tampa, but I could be totally wrong on that. I can't figure out the weather app to get humidity, but it'll just be a learning experience. I've never been to Texas.
Holly, so pull up your weather app and let us see what is the percent of humidity
I can't
in
find
St.
it.
Pete.
I don't know where to find on the stupid app.
Oh,
That's
on
why I
the
can't
weather?
find it for
Humidity
Dallas.
for
Yeah,
today,
can you find it?
61%.
Oh,
Is it on the weather.com app? Because that's what I use.
I use just the Apple.
Just the
Oh,
Apple.
okay. I'm gonna pull up my Apple one and see if that's different.
All right,
'cause I
so
can
it's
never find it.
60% humidity in Charlotte right now.
Where you?
So when
find it?
you open up the weather app on Apple, just
Uh-huh.
scroll down,
Okay.
and they have little boxes for like the UV index, sunset, wind, precipitation.
Okay.
Get it.
Okay. So what did y'all say you lost?
Here in Charlotte, it's 60%. And what is it in Dallas, Kelvin?
61%.
Okay, so that's on point with here. And Holly,
And
what is it in
same.
St. Pete?
Mine is 61%.
There must be something else that we're
I don't know.
I
'Cause
don't
there
trust
ain't no
Apple
way.
weather. I don't don't trust Apple weather. It says it feels like 102 right now here in Florida.
Oh God. It feels like 82 here and it's 80 degrees, which sounds about right.
Easy breezy cover girls over there. It's
Yes,
92 and it feels like 102. And then it said it's humidity that's making it hotter. But how is it? What's y'all's dew point? Is that different?
Let's see here. It doesn't tell me the dew point.
It's right there under it's in the humidity box.
Oh, I see. Oh, dew point is 65.
Maybe that's it.
And what's the dew point for St. Pete?
77.
Oh, what's the dew point for Dallas, Kelvin?
I don't know where to look that up.
It's in the same box that says humidity.
Got it. Dew points. The dew point is 73.
Okay, maybe Tampa's hotter. I don't know.
So basically, though, but it is humid there. So
Okay.
We finna burn.
you about to be wet and hot in Dallas.
Oh.
It's a wet, hot Dallas summer. All right. So I've never been to Texas.
Neither have I.
Me
I've never
either.
been. Oh, so this is all of our first times in Texas.
They
Yeah.
say everything's bigger.
They
Well, we're
do
going to
say
find
that.
out. I'm
Oh,
hoping to
that's
have a
right.
big
Is it
piece of
in a-
meat in Texas.
Okay.
I am. They have really good steak.
I bet they do. I just I find it. I want to be obnoxious, and when I'm walking down the street, I just want to be like, the stars at night are big and bright, and wait for someone to go, deep in the heart of Texas. You know? No. Nobody knows that.
I don't. What is that from?
I don't know. That's just a thing that people do in Texas, I think.
Kelvin,
Or
that's the
maybe they
clip.
don't.
Mark
That's
it.
what I was gonna say.
That's the no. That's not the story. That's the reel right there. That goes on the fucking reel.
I'm pretty sure it was in Pee-wee's Big Adventure. Maybe. You guys, I'm looking it up. Wait a minute.
Oh,
No,
tears
you don't
in
need to,
my-
bro. I hope you do that, and I hope someone
just-
does do that too.
Girl, it's Texas. They gonna shoot you if you do that.
I know. Well, that's what my problem is. I'm like, I don't think
Not
that's in
her.
real life, but it happened
True.
in a movie. That's true. I'm nice and white.
Actually,
And-
don't do it.
Don't
with-
do it around us.
No, girl.
Oh.
Right now, if you're listening, the 3 boxes we have up for the video: a black gay man, a white woman, and then a pansexual Hispanic man. They gonna shoot both of us first just for you singing, and then they'll be like, "Ma'am, pass on through."
And I'll be like, that was my
Are these men bothering you?
friends.
Why you flanked by these colors over here? Be fine, Holly. Now, if you said we were going to Baltimore and you were like, "Good morning,"
Baltimore.
Like
and
that-
Then I was, yeah.
that makes more sense. But
No, but I'm sorry. Does nobody even in the comments know what I'm talking about? When you
Okay.
walk down the stars at night are big and bright. Deep
Let's
in the heart of Texas. Reminds me of the one I love.
wait, Heather
Deep in
said,
the-
"I know it."
Thank you, Heather.
Graceful Morales said, "Please record if she does it."
I will.
Shannon said, "I know it also." All right, so you have a couple people that know it, Holly. And
Okay.
Zinda said she knows it too. Okay. So y'all need to be with Holly when she does that,
Mhm.
because I don't know.
It was. I feel like it was the Pee Wee movie. Honestly, R.I.P. Paul Rubens. By the way,
Right.
Mhm.
All right. So is anyone checking a bag going to Dallas?
No.
No.
No. Okay, good. All right. So we all have mid-size. Now I thought about checking a bag just because I have several pairs of shoes that I like to bring, and my shoes are kind of chunky.
Do not do that. Don't do it.
No, I'm only gonna bring I'm gonna wear my nice shoes or my nice tennis shoes, and then I'm going to bring my boots because we're hosting a panel, and I like to be in my boots when we're doing something official because it gives me that click clack feeling.
I know. I brought one pair of heels just
Mm-hmm.
for the hosting of the panel, so I felt more powerful.
Now, are you wearing when we're in the actual? So this is morning show boot camp in Dallas, where all the morning shows from all around the country come there. And by the way, because we talked about it this morning for a brief second, but we've actually gotten some ideas from there. That's where the Hum Game came from. Because in 2021, when we went,
Mm-hmm.
and someone suggested that during the session that we're hosting, Battle of the Bits. And I was like, well, that sounds kind of stupid, but let's just try it for
we
fun.
were like, I was like, I don't know. It sounds like it'd be obnoxious. And then I loved it. I loved doing it in Tampa. But then we did it every single day in Charlotte, and I really started to hate it. I'll be honest with you. I did.
Which bit?
The hum
The
game.
hum game.
Oh yeah.
It was
Well-
too much
Well, that's-
every day.
I also feel like too, because we had to shorten it up. And so the whole premise of it is like, you're not supposed to hum well. And I'm a bad hummer. And so it was like, if you mess up mine, then we get to Holly's. But there were times where people started to get it and it was really good. And so they would guess it and it'd be like me humming, Holly just being like, this is fun.
Like by the end, every single person got yours. And I was just like, here we go. Like, I was
Just
maybe
whistling.
it's just that I was bored.
Just like, okay. But that's how we know that it's time to retire stuff, is that when it's like, all right, we're all kind of bored with it. We need to move on to something
So
else.
we had
Yeah.
to hang up the hum game for a bit.
Yeah. So, but that's where we got it. And then we won that same year with 50 Shades of Chicken.
Yes.
When we presented that. And like, I was going to present something else that we had done. And then I was like, in the last second, I was like, well, let me just throw this out there just to see. And then everyone laughed hysterically. And I was
I
like,
can't believe it because I always was like, this is extreme. Like, we're talking like very sexual chickens.
right. And by the way, if you're new to the Platypus Posse, and that's what we call you and who listen to the podcast, 50 Shades of Chicken is something we did in Tampa, where it's this cookbook I got, where it's in the style of 50 Shades of Grey. And
Yeah.
with each recipe was a story about the chef and then the chicken who was like this sexy chick. What was her name?
Ms. Hen.
Ms. Hen. And then they call the guy chef and had all these
And then they
sexy.
call him. She called him Blades too.
Yes,
Sometimes, didn't
yes,
she?
yes. It was Chef and Blades.
Mhm.
And so we would read these like little stories with the recipes, and it like took off and people in Tampa loved it. And then we presented it at boot camp and it won us $500,
Yeah,
which is insane.
that's crazy. I never ever thought that would take off. I really didn't.
No,
Anyway,
but you never know. You never know, Will, because the stuff that I'm like, this is going to be so great.
I know.
And then no one calls.
And like people like meh, kind of meh about it. And we're like,
And I'm
oh,
like,
man.
well, that's fine.
Yeah.
All right. So no one's checking a bag. Now, are you going to wear shorts or jeans since it's going to be 155 degrees in Dallas?
Like for the stuff we're doing.
Yeah, because I mean, like, so here's what I'm nervous about. The energy grid in Texas isn't great. And it's been known to shut off because years ago, Texans, because, you know, all the energy grids in America are
They're
connected.
right?
And so, like, if one goes down, they can send power from another place. But Texas decided to cut it off.
Texas was like, we're not being part of y'all.
Don't mess with Texas. And so, because of that, their stuff in cold weather or in really hot weather will go out. And so,
Yeah.
I'm just afraid that, like, yeah, we're going to wear jeans, but like, how good them air conditioners in that hotel?
I don't know.
I was worried about that too. Like, what if we don't have AC at one point?
Right.
How could they? How?
I also don't feel like, I don't think, like, I went last year and you guys have gone for the past 10 years. So obviously check me if I'm wrong.
Been there
But
for
when I
a
went last year, I didn't see anybody super dressed up. Like, I feel like you could get away with wearing some stylish shorts as long as you're wearing not just a t-shirt, but maybe like a nice button up and like, you know, look cute, some nice accessories. Like, I feel like you could get away with that at morning show boot camp.
Yes.
I think so. I think that the young people like to dress up a little bit more just because we are more, you know, social media with it. And we're like, ooh, look at me with my friends that I met at morning show boot camp. Whereas the joke back in the day is that it was a bunch of old fat white men in Hawaiian shirts or
Well, it
Tommy
was,
Bahama shirts.
though. It
Right.
was though.
Like when we
Maybe.
first started going, it was literally like every stereotype of an old, fat, white on-air man who would just sit back and be like, well, I make about $600,000 a year telling fat jokes, and I got my little kitty over here next to me laughing at everything I say. Bitch.
yeah.
And you'd be
Yeah.
like,
Okay.
okay, this is the industry
know.
I picked to work in.
I didn't bring as many dressy clothes this year, but I also didn't bring no, I did. I brought some jeans, but they're like capri jeans.
Mm.
I just wanted to avoid anything remotely that's gonna make me hot. So I have some capri jeans. I'm gonna wear my like long witchy woman's black skirt.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. I love that, by the way. I don't know if I told you
love
that when
it.
you wore it. That
You
was
didn't, but thank you. I
Yes.
bought it in Charlotte. I
Mm.
felt compelled. I was like, look at me shopping at Free People. Like I don't shop at places like this. I shop
You mean
at Target
a
or whatever.
spell came over you?
It did. I felt just drawn to it.
Mm.
And even the
Spooky.
girl at the register was like, "Don't you love that?" Like, you know how they're very like those kind of store employees are kind of just very dead faced, and they're like, they're like scanning things, and they're like haphazardly like folding them and like throwing them over. Like they're taking the tag off. Oh no, did I close out my thing? No, I didn't. They'll like haphazardly like they'll take the like little tags off and click. And then throw it in a bag. But this girl was like doing that, and she held it up. She's like, "Oh, I really love this skirt, and I wanted it to come in a couple of different colors, but it didn't. So I'm glad you got it because we're probably gonna be out soon." And I was like, "I'm cool."
You're like, look at me. Put me
know.
in the cool corner.
So I'm wearing that, but I am getting a little fancy tomorrow because we're hosting the panel, and I have this like sequence hot pink tank top
Ooh.
with the black skirt.
Hoping you'd say a pussy bow or something like that on you.
I thought about bringing a shirt with a pussy bow, but I didn't.
Damn it.
I know.
I want
Say it one
pussy
more
bows
time.
to be back.
No. No. I have a couple of shirts with a pussy bow.
See, bring the pussy bow back. I love it.
They're there. It's just sometimes I feel like it's just too much.
Yeah.
What is a
But-
pussy bow?
It's one of those
Let me type
bows
it in and show you.
that it kind
Do
of like
that.
for me, I have like a lot of sleeveless. I have a lot. I have 2 shirts with a pussy bow, but it's like it goes kind of up. It's almost like a little collared shirt almost, but the
Okay.
collar is a floppy bow. Like you have to tie it and it just kind of flops down.
Wait, hold on. I'm on. I don't even know how to say this. Here we go.
Is that what it's called?
This is
I
yes.
think that is what it's called.
It's literally called a Valentino
Oh.
pussy bow long sleeve shirt. This one is for $933.
Okay, well, that's like fancy.
Holly,
But
is that
that's
you
it,
got
that's
an Holly? You got an expensive pussy bow.
it. Mine's not that expensive.
Save that.
No. I think I got one
Say
for a
that.
gift, maybe. and
Ooh, this is a cute pink pussy
one was
bow.
at Macy's.
Oh wait, look at this. This is a woman's. Oh wait, it went away. Damn it.
We need an uncensored save that.
Yeah, what can we do with
She
that?
was-
There's
I
nothing we
don't
can do with
know,
that.
but-
I'm so hungry. Just all of a sudden, sorry, I can't think about anything else.
All right, hold on.
Um,
This is a woman's navy and pink heart.
Oh, now that's a nice
Pink.
pussy bow.
Print.
Oh, and it's only $40. Holly, you should get
I
this
would wear
pussy
that.
bow.
I would wear that, but then yeah,
That's one nice pussy bow.
Mhm.
I have one that's kind of to the side. A little
Oh,
bit.
to the side pussy bow.
Mm-hmm.
I
You
love
should get
it.
that checked.
No,
No, it's good.
well, maybe. Well, you know what? I love this close up of the pussy bow. Like you can see the detail in the pink with the blue in the middle. I love it.
Wow.
Holly,
Anyway,
would you want this for Christmas?
No, I'm fine. It's fine.
Okay, it's only $40.
I know. You sound like Margaret right now. Like,
Holly!
wait, can I get this for you for Christmas? It's on sale. She would always
Oh.
try to get me, like, she would always try to buy me things that were more my age because her biggest complaint was that I still dressed like I was in college, which she's not wrong. Was not wrong. Rest in peace, Margaret, my mother.
Mm.
But she would always try to buy me things that were like aging me up where she
Right.
felt like I should have been. And I'm getting there now. The pieces that I brought for boot camp, they're the ones that I get from, my website that I always shop at, that like I'm not wearing anything nice today, but I do try to wear at least a nice shirt into work. now.
Right.
So
I only have one outfit planned.
I know it's hard. But this is what Calvin and I were talking about off air like 2 hours ago. I'm really bad at planning outfits for packing for trips. I can't do it. It's like I need to be at my house, feel like I'm about to walk out the door, and then look in my closet and be like, what am I feeling right this minute?
Right.
Mhm.
And then create an outfit and then walk out the door. I cannot pre-plan it.
No.
I'm like, what if I'm not feeling that day? What if the material's not sitting right? And
or if
like,
I'm feeling
"Mm."
fat, like my man boobs are just, feeling a little like,
Full.
yeah. And
Of
I'm like,
milk?
yeah. Oh. So I didn't say that. I was just saying that sometimes my man boobs feel a little bulbous.
Bulbous.
And I want something that's a little more flowy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And not something that's really tight fitting because I feel like they're
Right.
gonna jump around a little bit. So it just depends.
So you got to layer.
True.
You don't like to
true.
layer.
No.
But it's also hard to layer in
in the
summer.
I'm about to
Yeah.
say it's 165 degrees in Dallas.
It's like when I wear a jean jacket and people are like, why are you sweating? Just take it off. No, bitch.
I'm
You're
like,
no,
you don't
it
want to
was
see these bulbous
fine.
man boobs.
bulbous boobs.
So here's the question. So I have TSA pre-check that I spent 5 months working on. Finally got it.
Yay.
Kelvin,
Welcome to the club, by the way.
thank you, Holly. Now, Holly, you're leaving from Florida today.
Mhm.
Kelvin and I are leaving tomorrow morning. Our flight is at 7 a.m.
Good
Now-
luck.
Kelvin, would you be mad if I went to pre-check and left you in?
No, you paid for that.
Okay.
As long as we go together to the airport.
You
Whatever.
just have to wait through this was a topic of conversation somewhere actually I heard or saw. You just have to wait through regular checkout line, but like
Yeah.
I would probably use pre-check unless it was like concerning my daughter. But I just take her. If I have pre-check, I'm like, she's with me.
Oh, and they just
They
let you go
Yeah.
through?
They don't give me any mess about
Wish
that.
for it.
Mm.
But like if it was with my fiance or something, I'll be like, I told you to get it, so I'm just gonna do pre-check.
I just don't travel as much, so I don't get it. I don't have it. But yeah, no, you
Mhm.
paid for that. Use it. Why would I feel any type of way about that?
Girl, I don't know. People be feeling ways nowadays. So you
No,
just be
bitch.
having to check to see. I don't know,
No.
girl.
You need to, but you said your pre-check is not listed on your ticket.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have to. You said if I go to the airline to the
Walk up to the airline counter and be like, "Hi, something like my pre-check's not on here," and then they'll look it up in their little computer and they'll realize you do have pre-check and it's not on your ticket. Then they're gonna print you tickets with pre-check on it. I had to do that
Oh.
once.
And
Mm.
then I'll check. And then I'll be in line already. I already passed through.
No,
Probably.
girl, you'll still be.
Knowing Miguel, he'll be like, "Mhm."
I'm gonna give you the wave as I,
I know,
go by.
bitch. I'm gonna film it
I'll be like, "Bye, bitch. Bye."
with everybody else in line with me and shit.
Yeah.
And then I'll be like, "What do you want to eat?" I'll get your food and be sitting there waiting with it, even though I'll have finished my food
Like
and
a
have
little
yours
cold
waiting.
by the time. Bitch.
The bow rounds are gonna just be like soggy lumps from Bojangles. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so is anyone planning on getting drunk while they're there? Are we going to see Truly / Vodka Holly? Or wait, what were our drunk names that we came up with? Like
It
I think
Truly,
I was
thought.
Auntie Mama.
Auntie Mama.
Oh God, I didn't have one.
No, yours is Vodka Holly.
Oh, it was just that.
Oh,
yeah.
Vodka Holly. Or now we're changing it to Truly Holly.
Truly
Yeah,
Holly.
but this is actually wait, what was Kelvin's?
I think mine was the Monster because that's what my drunk name has always been.
Oh gosh.
I think because I wrote it down somewhere. I think yours is the Monster.
Yeah, that's what it's always been.
Let me see.
Are you though anymore? Or
I don't think so. I don't know. I haven't gotten wasted in a really long time, which is good.
Oh yeah, we did a whole segment about booze names: Auntie Mama, Vodka Holly, and the Monster. That sounds like a new morning show coming to town,
it is a 90s morning show.
right? Auntie Mama, Vodka Holly, and the Monster in the morning.
Woo, boo, boo, boo.
If we're in a group setting where everybody's raging, then yeah, maybe the Monster will come out. But that's not how it was last year when we went to morning show boot camp. It was very much mingle and catch up and talk. And so I don't see the surrounding area to be that way.
Yeah.
So.
I just feel like it's different lately. And I don't know, but I think a lot of people get cocktails at like the hotel bar. And I just really get nervous about getting cocktails because they're usually like $17, first of all.
Mhm.
And
you
second
can't
of
comp
all,
that.
no, sure not. And then second of all, I'm like, I don't know what's going to happen. Like how many, this is the problem that I have with liquor. I'm like, oh, I didn't feel anything. Let me just go get another one really quick because I sucked it down. And then I sucked down a second one. And then I'm like, okay, now I'm feeling good. Let me just get a quick third. And by the end of the third one, I am now doing the high pitched, loud talking, leaning too close to people, saying inappropriate things
Right
that
here telling me a story.
I should not be divulging. I know.
Oh, he tells me
Don't
stories right here.
I'm right here. I'm like, and then I want to make sure you hear. So I'm like, hey, so, or except I'm like, hey,
Yes.
I'm like yelling high pitched in
In
someone's
my
ear.
ear.
And I'll probably want to be like, let me tell you a serious story for a second and about why I'm emotional. Like, I just don't think it's a good idea.
I love because like Holly, you get like a little loosey goosey with like when you're walking and you start bumping into stuff, and I'm like, oh, truly Holly / vodka Holly is our girl.
I do when I am full on drunk, I will bump into things, and I'm a bit clumsy. I have I walk a little different, and I slur, and then someone's like, "Are you slurring?" I'm like, "No, no."
Come on, truly Holly.
I'm not planning on getting like that. That was like years ago. And do they sell Trulies? Like, I just want my Truly, so I can keep it contained. And
you know what you should do if they don't sell? I mean, but I feel like most places sell seltzers now. But at least
you got to be careful because sometimes they're high noons.
Well, I was gonna say if you do a high noon, if you just do like 2 and like take it very slow, I feel like that's a little bit better controlled than just a mixed drink.
Mm-hmm.
Or I say if they don't have those, which I'm sure they because it's just a Marriott.
Something.
I would do a come on, Jan. Look at him. Come on, Jan. He's trying to suppress it.
No, I'm not.
Look at it. He's like, do I saw that nose just a wiggle and you were like, I was like, that Jan gonna come out, bitch.
Kelvin's been yawning, by the way. Kelvin's been yawning.
I was falling asleep editing stuff.
Oh, I know that's the worst. When you're like, we've already done this several times and we'll have to edit it again. Or do like signature cocktails, but just do like 2, even though they'll be expensive. But if you do 2, those usually have less alcohol because it's more about the taste of it. Yes, and so that might be a good route for you to go if they don't have the seltzers, which they really, really should.
And truly, and not the drink. Truthfully, if I do any other liquor besides vodka, I'm okay. It's called vodka Holly for a reason. Vodka doesn't play well in my system. I could do rum. I can do gin now. I could do tequila. But something about vodka, like it just hits.
And you ain't got no gallbladder. You'll be shitting on stage, girl.
You are not wrong. My gallbladder missing. My body misses it. It does. My liver is like, I'm doing as much as I can.
Like, stop putting me through it. Woo. All right. Now that's the 5th time Kelvin has yawned. All right, let's get out of here. We got to go. Thank you so much for being in the Platypus Posse. We appreciate it so much. We'll be back on Monday with a new podcast with all the shenanigans from boot camp.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Producer Calvin, how can people follow along with your shenanigans?
You can follow me at my shenanigans at Calvin Live, TikTok, X, Instagram. Maybe I'm bringing back OnlyFans.
Oh, bitch.
I don't want to go through this again.
I was thinking about that the other day.
Maybe he will. Holly, how can people follow along with Truly Holly?
Radio Holly. That's if we ever get fired and don't do radio again, I'm going to switch it to Truly Holly.
Girl, get you a sponsorship, real quick. Actually, we need to send this whole thing to a salesperson to get you a sponsorship for Truly.
Mm-hmm.
I know. I wish they would. I would be such a good spokesperson for them because I do love it. And there's like 2 boxes of it in my house right now.
Boxes. Not cases. Yeah. She got boxes.
I like to call them boxes. I have a box.
You can follow me at Miguel Fuller everywhere, Instagram, TikTok. Also, if you follow my Facebook like page, facebook.com/Radio Miguel. My husband Abe has just started his training journey to do the Smart Ride, where him and our friends go from Miami to Key West on a bike, 165 miles. And so I'm raising money for my birthday. So if you'd like to contribute, $1, $5, $10, any little thing helps. Thank you so much. Thank you. That's at facebook.com/Radio Miguel. All right. We will see you all back here on Monday. Bye.
Miguel and Holly Uncensored.